Hello everybody, welcome back to All DIY, No Skills. So today, this video, we're going to fertilize the lawn a little bit with the Milorganite. Now as you see, we have our Scott's Turf Builder Edgeguard. Now what I did was I had a little bit of extra white paint. I added a little dab to the arrow. If you check out the last video, you'll tell that this arrow was all green. It's kind of hard to tell mixed in with the rest of it. But I put a little dab of paint there. Now you can see a nice white arrow. I don't know why Scott's doesn't do this right off the bat. So as you can see, we have our settings set to 10.5. And if we check our bag, like I told you in the beginning, in the last video, Scott's Edge Master, we set our regular feeding setting to 10.5. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna fertilize here. Now, because I'm fertilizing around the sidewalk and a bed, we have our Edgeguard on. We're gonna pull our handle and go ahead. Right off the bat, this would probably be easier doing it two-handed, but I'm trying to video this. Switch to our right hand. Probably be easier doing it two-handed than one-handed and trying to video at the same time. So I get to the edge of the property, make a little loop, and now what we're going to do is we're going to switch our edge guard off because we don't need it. So we're going a nice straight run on the grass, and we're going to go ahead. So again, like I said, the purpose of this channel is raw videos, no editing, no special fancy tricks, just doing the work, doing what we gotta do to get the stuff done around the house. Now, normally my lawn looks a little bit better than this. I hit it with some hard herbicides a couple days ago, so it's stressing the lawn out a little bit. Also got a new mower, so I'm still trying to dial it in. So we'll check back in a week or so. We'll see how she's looking. But yeah, I tried to mess around with a diamond pattern just to see, you know, get all fancy and everything. But I think the main issue is I tried to mow immediately in the morning after I watered, and I dug the tires in a lot. Ground's a little spongy, but easy fix. Give it some time, let it grow out. And this is still dialing in the mower settings, so it mowed a little bit lower than what I usually like to mow. So normally the grass is a little bit taller after I mow. Looks a lot nicer. And here we come. We're getting to the end of our hopper. And this is what I said, when you gotta jiggle it around a little bit. Get the material back to the bottom so that you keep spreading. And yeah, this is, I'm right-handed. This is a lot easier to do with my right hand and hold my phone with my left hand. As you see, we're getting to the bottom. And right to the very end what we wanted to fertilize. So just as the bag said, as we're getting to the bottom, it gets a little harder to get the material in there, so you gotta jiggle it around a little bit, and you're doing this little jiggle dance. So we just ran out at the very end, which I'm surprised by. I think the settings on this spreader are a little bit different than the mini Edgeguard. Now the difference is, let's see some pros. I was able to fit the whole bag of Milorganite in there, which is nice. With the mini, I would have to refill it about 3 times. It's a nice cushion handle. But as you saw in the very beginning, it was a A little rough going, but I think that was just the handiness aspect of it. I'm right-handed. It's easier for me to put more pressure in right-handed. Now, after you fertilize, you do a couple of U-turns, you're going to be left with some material on your pavement. Now, the reason this happens is because as the wheel is rotating the little spreader, this, if you can see, this comes around and it spreads, and some of the material is going to be caught in the wheels. So it would be nice if Scott's, you know, maybe close these off so that's not happening, so that you don't have this excess material, because that's a decent amount of fertilizer just laying around on the pavement. So it would be nice if they close that off, just so you got all the material on the lawn instead of on the pavement. But the easy solution to this, grab your leaf blower and just blow it back on your grass. And that's it. Now, after you do a fertilizer, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you water it in, especially a granular fertilizer like the Milorganite is. So here's my little DIY sprinkler setup. I have one sprinkler over there. I have another sprinkler over here, and they're hooked up to this little Rainbird timer. Now, I bought this particular model because you're able to set it up to 2 different times a day. So on the very hot days, you could set it to turn the sprinklers on in the morning and then in the evening. It's also a good idea, if you have one of these, to attach one of these to it. Now this is, forget the name, what is this thing? It's a water hammer arrestor. Now what this little doohickey does is the valves on the timer open and close so fast, so when you have the water running, all of a sudden the water closes, you feel and hear a thunk going through your pipes, because all of a sudden all the water pressure stops. Now, to prevent that, you get the water hammer arrestor, and that's what it's called. So it's a water hammer effect. You get a water hammer arrestor, and it minimizes that thunking. Okay, it relieves some of the pressure because it's able to be relieved by this little chamber over here. So it helps your pipes. It prevents damage from occurring, and it's a good thing to have. Now, another feature on this timer is you have a water now feature. Now what you could do is, if you press it once, it sets to 10 minutes. Every time you press the water now, it goes up by increments of 10. After 30, it goes by 15. Or while it's still flashing, you can set whatever time you want. So we just spread some fertilizer. We want to water it in a little bit. Let's just do about like 10 minutes or so. Now while it's flashing, it's going to start its own little countdown. And after a few seconds, these sprinklers will turn on. There they go. Gives you just enough time to get away. And you water in the fertilizer for a couple minutes, and it should be good to go. Whoa. Ah. And we'll check back next week. We'll try to do something about the lawn, because like I said, I mowed it yesterday, but I mowed it when the ground was still a little too wet. The tires dug in a little bit. We'll adjust that. All right, thank you guys again. This is all DIY, no skills. Like, subscribe. See you guys around. Thanks. Bye.